Machine knowing you better than yourself. Then I would like to welcome our Dr. P. A. Habib Rahman sir, Director of MES IMAT, for the welcome address. Sir, please.
Thank you, and welcome to one and all, especially Dr. Srikanth and every other faculty, students, and guests who have come to attend our program. She has in the introductory remark itself, she has said that this is the second program. We are having a few more programs also under the webinar series. And all the programs which we are taking up are of concurrent relevance. And today's program is ethical dilemma of machine knowing you better than yourself. And we have a resource person and Dr. Srikanth D, Senior Knowledge Officer, ICT Academy of Kerala. Before I would like to put one sentence about all of us firmly believe that none know us better than myself, or nobody else know me. So we keep so many secrets and also see, isn't it? But remember and believe firmly, with the development of the information technology, and if it is supported by biotechnology, it is 100%. Now we are talking about the information technology, the big data analytics, and the algorithms and all such things. Whatever we do, whatever we does, whatever anything, even our eye movements can be caught, and we can suggest what sort of a person we are. With the result that there is an alternate me, you have to take it like that, who knows me better than myself, because say, as human beings, we have a limited capacity to store information in our brain. After some time, all will gradually it will get eliminated. But remember, this machine store all those things. So we live in such an environment. It has got positives, it has got negatives also. I'm not entering into those areas when Dr. Srikanth is already available with us. So you'll have the opportunity to hear it from the horse's mouth itself. So we have taken, this is of relevance as on date, because much is being discussed about data security in our state also, in connection with some new things the government of Kerala has brought in. So this has relevance with the data security. So how secure our data, number one. Number two, when machine knows everything about you better than you yourself, what sort of decisions you are going to take, which every time we claim that it's my own decision. So this is also influenced in a big way. So I'm not taking it. I would like to, first of all, welcome Dr. Srikanth, who has come several times to our college for several programs. And he has established that he is the most appropriate person to talk on a very critical theme like the one which we have selected. On behalf of MES IMAT, its management committee, its faculty colleagues, students, it's my privilege, Dr. D. Srikanth. I would also congratulate Jibin making this program reality. will not be absolute. Participants have come from, not come in part in this program. I welcome all of you for this program for the session to Dr. Srikanth. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. So thanks, MES IMAT. This is not our first program, but even though in the webinar series, it may be it is going to be the first program. I think Jibin sir or Muniz sir, some of you can give me an update. Is it I think I'm perfectly audible and the screen is visible, right?
Yes, perfectly audible and screen is visible.
Oh, fine, great. Thank you. I can start the session, right? Is that fine?
Okay. Yeah, yes, it's fine.
One of the essential components that needs to be discussed in this today, especially on the topic is ethical dilemma of machine knowing you better than yourself, right? So in this case, what we need actually to discuss is none other than we can divide this into two parts. One is ethical dilemma part and how machine knowing you all, right? So in this case, if you are dividing this into two parts, what we needed, one was actually directly connected with the ethics, right? So how long you are ethically strong, especially to develop some of the applications, all those things. The other thing is actually a technology domain, right? I may not be a good I may not be that much great, especially in the first place, ethical dilemma. But even though being we are following some values and ethics, probably we can have a discussion, or otherwise we can identify what is actually ethically correct or ethically what is actually wrong. That is actually my pretty knowledge on that topic, especially on ethical dilemma. We can have more discussion on how machine knowing ourselves, right? Machine knowing part. So I'm moving to how to define ethical dilemma. If you are asking us about how to define this part, see, some of the scenarios can be mapped at this moment. The last 12 months, we see some historical, some problems had happened in between, right? Some theoretical biases had happened while to take a decision. Theoretical biases, in the sense, say some of you, right, based on a predetermined fact, somebody is going to or machine is going to guide us, right? So in that case, it may not be correct, or there is actually maybe a bias may not be a bias, proper bias, but also causing discriminatory outcomes in the real world also. That is actually the two major troubles which we have been noticed in the near, especially during the last maybe a few months ago. So there's some examples for this is none other than, see, Amazon had a AI tool for maybe to develop their to map their or to automate their employee hiring process, right? So in that case, what went wrong is they have identified that there is a significant bias against female job applicants. So they might have already set the prerequisites for the job category as this actually this much of conditions are there to meet this job, right, or job category. In that case, what went wrong is none other than it is well clear that there was actually a bias against female job applicants. So they have scrapped it, right? So the next case is one of the applications developed to identify the hate speech over online platforms, right? In that case, they have identified that there is actually a bias against Black people. So this kind of biases probably is going to make a big trouble, especially in the domain of technology-enabled platforms. Our primary aim is none other than technology is there actually to assist people, assist or provide the facilities to the people or help them, right? It is not to discriminate or neglect their maybe career, future, or anything. So this is actually had happened in the case, right? So only one thing which we wanted to discuss at this case at this time is none other than what we wanted to be when being into technology domain or into the managerial administration level or anywhere in this connected world of technology. What you wanted to be, it is none other than we'll have to remove biases in pre-existing and in pre-existing data set, and data set is one of the major requirements. Because let us assume that in the case of Amazon, what would have been gone wrong is none other than because of the pre-existing data set. What is actually the pre-existing data set? Their conditions, their norms, again, actually to work as an employee, right? They might have enough conditions, right? They might have a number of conditions for the job role. But once we are thinking, especially in the domain or point of view of maybe application or technology, right? They might have omitted female people, right? So even though calculated, might have calculated their capacity to work or capacity to sit in front of a machine for a long time, or all those capacities might have assessed and they might have neglected. Again, that is purely, we could say that it is purely because of the rule-based engines. What is actually a rule-based engine there? Rule-based engine is, if you are writing a particular query, if you are writing a particular thing to meet a requirement. In the Excel world, probably you can call it as a macro. In the database domain or somewhere, we can say that you're writing a query. You're maybe a small query, select username, comma, password from your login table is going to be a big trouble here. So this is actually the pre-existing data sets. What is actually, because the machine is going to learn from the existing data set. So if there is a bias, especially in that data sets, right, especially in the training data set, that should be avoided, because that characteristic will be directly influencing overall total performance of the machine. Right, it is like a child who is actually growing up. Right, what all are the trainings which we are providing, or what are the data set? Training is probably based on our house atmosphere, our directions, and everything. That the character will get molded. Right, so that is the case where that pre-existing data set, in case if there is a bias, that has to be avoided. That is the first case. Avoid technical and contextual biases. In the cases, what we are saying here is, technically we are not supposed to write any negative codes. That knowledge we needed. It is just because you may be knowing that technically we are not supposed to write even a single negative code, right? So in that case, a proper bias has to be maintained very strongly. So this is the way to be ethical in that domain. So I am just moving to the next part. I think I can probably we can also have a discussion more on this area. How to define machine knowing. Machine knowing is actually, we know all this very well. This is the simplest example which we have identified in the current scenario, right? So what was actually went wrong in this time? It is none other than, due to this COVID outbreak, our people used to hide their route map, right? So they might have hidden their route map, saying, no, I haven't visited there, I haven't gone there likewise. But with as of now, the technically enabled policemen or the governing people, they might have easily tracked his route map, So maybe it is not actually maybe from March 15th to maybe to April first week. So likewise, this is actually one of the essential components, as directly rightly mentioned in the introductory discussions. It is none other than this is one of the ways to track machine knowing us better than us, right? So this is the case. So technology enabled solutions are here. One of the other advantages over here is than recommendations. Take this as a recommendation. This is actually a familiar field. We might have, all of us might have seen, right? This is a Facebook suggestion page. Facebook suggestion, because of their recommendations, Facebook identified that this person knowing him or her. So Facebook suggestions comes into the picture. Another one of the major advantages over here in the e-commerce platforms are none other than recommendation systems like this. If you have, they might have identified the taste of your subject. Based on that particular taste, they will refer something for you, right? So some books and everything will be there for you. So this is the overall recommendations, overall or business which is happening. If you are buying a particular product, there will be some suggestions, right? Saying, hey, if the people who have recently bought this together, bought these things together, this commodities together, a kind of reference is available there, especially in this domain. So it is maybe without our knowledge. We used to say an example, it is none other than, let us assume that if you are visiting a shopping mall, at the entry point itself, they have identified that this person has arrived and he is actually he having much taste on this kind of perfumes and all. A customized offer can be produced at that time. The machine is going to decide whether, hey, this person is there, okay, then he is very much interested in this brand of perfumes. So if it is possible, we can give him probably a discount. So that kind of, at that maybe probably at that time itself, we'll be getting a message, hey, thanks for coming here. And see, your favorite perfume has got reduction of 20%. There is actually a 20% off offer for you all. A kind of recommendation, kind of a suggestion system, which will be really useful for us. So this is the machine knowing strategy. Without knowing, without purposefully doing anything, machine is going to grab all the details, accumulate all the data, and saying that this is you. Say you may be wondering that if you might have noticed, if you haven't used your Google Drive so far, just if it is for the students' perspective, just get into the Google Drive and see some of the unexpected things out there. Maybe some sharing, right? Some old photographs, some other documents. It is just because machine is capturing all the details, and it will store this over here. Another case, say this is an artificial intelligence oriented AI oriented site. This person does not exist. See, I'll be showing one of the images. See this image. You can't identify that this person. You can't say that this person does not exist, because all features are as same as like a person. So you can't, but actually this person does not exist. This is developed using an artificial intelligence, and maybe while if you are dig into the deeper, a neural network oriented application is running behind. So another example, see the image over here. The fact is, again, we could say that this person is also does not exist. It is just because, so the clarity and everything remains good as like a person. You can also have a try. You can, once time permits, probably after this session, just get into this site and see whether how many people are there. How to do that? How to do the similar researches, right? You can save this image, or you can save this image into your folder, and probably you can perform a Google image search if some similarity is there or not. In our case, if our photos are listed in any of the areas, there are chances to get the thing listed, right? So this is the way where how to deal with the advancements which is happening, especially in this domain. So this is the at this point in time, probably we could say that machine knowing as more than that of us. So this is the fact, whether in every significant role, a machine took place an advantage of having this for the further developments and all. How far you are, if you are connecting with the first point, probably we could say that. How far we are ethically strong, that will be for the advancements of the maybe humanity. So that thing has to be trained. Maybe that kind of training is needed from the growing stage onward. If once it is there, probably you can get into this. It is, again, we could say that if you are dividing that into two parts, we could say that both are well connected. That means ethically we have to be strong while we are dealing with this artificial intelligence applications and all. So yeah, while at this point in time, one of the emerging fields in this era is none other than artificial intelligence and robotics. So if artificial intelligence is running behind, robotics is capable for us to have to physical interactions. So sorry for the trouble, friends. So again, what we need to do here is as you know that how technology can help us in this difficult in this difficult scenario of this COVID outbreak. Due to COVID outbreak, we all are going through a very difficult time, and how technology can help us. See, all of us can think about it. See, you might have seen that enough our junior friends from the engineering domains have come up with the enough solutions to track the details. They might have suggested something to the government saying, so it is actually, it is really good to manage the details with this application. They might have developed an application. Even I have also reviewed many of the such applications. So the advantage, especially in that they were looking for an opportunity to meet Startup Mission and all to produce their outcome. So likewise, here is another example. One of the starters who have thought something differently. This was actually even still we are struggling during this isolation plan. What they developed here it is. Dispensing food and medicine is going to be a big trouble. So the personal interaction with the patient comes into the picture here. So what is the next requirement? Collecting the trash used by the patients. Again, yeah, of course, it is actually a trouble. Performing disinfection is one of the requirement. Enable video call between the doctor and patients. So to avoid the personal contact, that is also required to know whether how is the patient and all. So the patient, maybe the doctor can, the physician can track the details, his physical status, everything with the help of if you have a solution. And whenever if you're dealing with all these cases, we had a requirement of having a the kit, PPE kit, right? Personal protection equipment kits. So what is actually that? We have faced a real-time bug, a real-time trouble of a shortage of PPE kits because of this outbreak of this epidemic. So what went wrong? What went wrong at this point in time? We could say that say if you can come up with a solution for this, it will be really great. It will be really great. What one of the opportunities have suggested by one of the startup companies are none other than it is a startup Karmi bot. They have built a bot. It was capable to dispensing food and medicine. Was capable to collect the trash from the patients. It was capable to make a call between patient and physician doctor. So shortage of PPE kits to certain extent, right? So that can be avoided over here. So medicine and everything, once it is tuned, it is an AI-enabled kind of a device or a bot. So if this is actually the requirement to meet the case, we can think of it. Like technology, ethically, this has got much values. We could say that we can see much values over here. So what we are coming to say here is what is actually AI and robotics. That is the difference over here. We just wanted to learn. AI is the brain, while robotics is the body. That's all. So robotics, a flexible body we wanted to execute the brain, right? So once you are connecting this with the human body or our brain, nothing like it, that is going to be the answer for that. So AI is the brain, while robotics comes over here as a body. So what we are discussing about this journey, artificial intelligence and robotics. As of now, we can have a discussion on artificial intelligence because that is going to be the brain. So artificial intelligence comes into the picture. In 1950s, 60s, 70s and all, it was there, artificial intelligence. It is not a new term. But it was in the form of rule-based engines, what we have discussed earlier. Think that a huge amount of data comes into the picture. If you think that artificial intelligence actually how far we are able to develop some intelligent application. So rule-based engine, the demerit of a rule-based engine is none other than we'll have to write all the cases in the sense it should be in the form of if, else if likewise. Let us assume that if you wanted to automate that particular Karmi bot, we might have to develop, or we might have to write n number of ifs and elses. So that is actually impossible. We can't see that. We can't say that all the conditions should be. We can't write all the conditions. We can't. It is impossible to write all the conditions. So normally the picture of machine learning comes into the picture. So what machine learning says 80s onwards, we can see that learn from data, learn from situation. What is the learning from situation? So we have our temperature, our all the rain, the details of the previous data sets which is available regarding the rainfall. So based on that rainfall, so we can discuss something. We can identify something that is there any chance to get it rain today or not. So that is actually machine learning. Based on data, the machine is going to predict something, saying, hey, there are chances of having something else or not. So the another case we wanted to discuss now is none other than deep learning. Deep learning comes into the picture. A continuous improvement of this machine is required. Continuous improvement of, say, our machine might have predicted that there is actually a chance of get a rain today, but it was not there. So that is actually continuous learning we needed. So deep learning has got another opportunity also. It is none other than say continuous learning is to develop the image of a person, right? That what we have seen over there in the person does not exist.com. So a kind of facilities, deep learning is required to assure the continuous improvement. In the reverse order, if you think, deep learning, if how to deal, how to develop an AI enabled maybe individual system, right? So at this point in time, we could say that we need deep learning, machine learning, and thus we can reach artificial intelligence. So, how to define artificial intelligence? We have narrow AI. It is actually dedicated to assist with the takeover specific tasks. That's all. General AI comes into the picture, takes knowledge from the domain and transfers to other domain. That is also there. Takes the knowledge from one domain and which will behave based on that data. What is super AI? Machine that are maybe smarter than human. So that is the journey where we wanted to be there. We haven't reached into the super AI position and all. Let us see whether this is actually the right one is actually the one of the pyramid structure which even if you are a computer science student, you might have learned maybe during your day one at your college, right? So we'll have to start with the data, information, knowledge, and finally to wisdom. So if you can connect this AI progression with this this pyramid structure of information, right, knowledge, so we could say that it is from artificial intelligence is actually so far all about data. Artificial general intelligence, it is actually all about knowledge, and ultimately we wanted to reach here. It is none other than artificial super intelligence. But what we wanted to say here is our status is this. Red mark is our status. We haven't reached till now the fully the facilities of artificial general intelligence. So the journey is, of course, friends. What we wanted to share you is none other than, if you are really interested, I'll be sharing you the details whether how to reach there, how to start your journey towards artificial intelligence. But if you are there, if you think that this is actually good, I think you can move ahead with this. Nothing like it, friends. We have huge opportunity because it is actually tending towards artificial super intelligence. We are going to achieve this only by 2060 and all. 55 to 60 can be it will take that much time to reach. So how to achieve this? As we rightly said, deep learning is required, machine learning is required, and thus we can reach artificial intelligence. But one of the essential components required for to meet these requirements are our data science. So this is as in the Venn diagram says, it is well connected with this. In every domain, we just wanted to know what is data science. Why it is so? It is none other than say data science comes into the picture. It is required for every domain. We can say that say we should know first. Initially, we should know what is actually all about data. Then we need to move further. That is the requirement. That is the case here. So let us have a discussion on what is data science. Data science, this is one of the examples, right? So since 2005, human had created around 130 exabytes of data. Do you know what is actually exabytes of data? How huge it is? What all are our knowledge? We may be knowing a byte, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte. What is next? Terabyte. After terabyte, we can see that it is petabyte, right? Petabyte. Then 1024 petabyte is going to be one exabyte. Let us see how huge it is, how 1 exabyte is going to be. So what is a letter? Normally, if you are writing a letter on a computer, takes 1 byte of data. I think no doubt 1 byte of data is required for letter A. What is this? If a kind of 1,000 letters in a manuscript, or in a Word document, it is going to be 1024 exactly. So it is going to be 1 kilobytes of data. What is next? Let us think about a book of 1000 pages, 1024 pages. It is going to be 1 megabyte of data, 1 megabyte, 1 MB. That means 1 MB is enough for us to store 1000 pages, right? So in this case, another 1000 times, if you are chromosome structure of a human body, that is it is all about 1 GB of data for a person, 1 GB of data. Moving to the next case, another after 1 GB, another 1000 times forms 1 terabyte. The example is record every second of human's life up to 80 years, not in high definition, okay, but up to 80 years. If you can record this up to 80 years, it will be 1 TB of data. See how much time we needed to record this, how much effort may be required to record this. If you are doing so, it will be only 1 TB of data. And GB and TB and all is not going to be a big deal for all of us now, because as of now we know that we are talking our mobile TBs. We are mobile RAM size. TB is actually very simple, because all machines minimum of having 1 TB hard disk, you won't purchase any computers, right? So that is the case. That is the overall structure over here. Like 1024 times of 1 terabyte is going to be 1 petabyte. 1 petabyte. So think how huge it is. I can have an example over here. You know that 1.4 billion acres of land is there, is our Amazon rainforest. So around 500 trees are there. We have started our journey discussing about writing a letter A over here. It is actually 1 byte. Say 500 trees will be there in 1 acre of land. 1.3 billion into 500 trees. Around 7.3 plus billions of billion trees will be there in the Amazon, an approximate Amazon rainforest. Hypothetically, if you can cut all the trees and chop down all the trees, and if you can convert this into papers and write all the papers, that means all the papers fully, write all the papers fully, then it will be 1 to 2 petabytes of data. 1 to 2 petabytes of data. That much trees, that much of papers required for us to express 1 to 2 petabytes of data. That's the meaning. Now it may be well clear that what is actually exabyte, it is none other than its 1000 times, 1024 times is exabyte. So exabyte is not a very simple amount of data, but it is actually very huge. So that is the case which we wanted to discuss. Our requirement is none other than what we have started over here. Since 2005, we have generated around 130 exabytes of data. That is the history. 130 exabyte. See, now you can think reversely how huge it is. 130 exabytes of data. By 2010, we have generated around 1,200 exabytes of data by 2010. 2015, we can't fix any APs or GPs over here. It is 7,900 exabytes of data. Hey friends, by 2020, it is 40,900 exabytes. By end of 2020, we are expecting to have 40,900 exabytes of data. You may be knowing that all over we are dealing, as of now, I am generating data. So your Facebook likes are going to be data. Your communication, maybe good morning, good night messages in your WhatsApp is going to be data. So likewise, by 2020, our requirement is none other than we'll have to deal with the 40,900 exabytes of data. Do you think that as an Excel programmer, Do you think that as an expert in some of the coding rule-based engines like maybe Java, Python, or anything, do you think that you are capable to handle this? We just wanted to remember that one of the e-commerce sites, Flipkart, get down during one of their big billion days. It is just because because of the huge hits, right? So this is the picture here. So the case is if you are dealing with see, I'm the source and all details which I have mentioned over here, right? If you are dealing with the if you wanted to deal with the 40,000 exabytes of data, so let us see how much a data scientist can handle. Only between, right, he can maybe 5,000 or 6,000 exabytes of data can be handled by a person like this. What is this? Machine can handle only this much of amount of data. The remaining part, we need help of machine learning. There is no other opportunity for us. There is no other options for us without machine learning. That's what all of us, like those who are involved into this domain, we used to say that without knowing machine learning as a technology domain, until unless we wanted to stick on, especially in this domain, we should know what is actually machine learning, because this is the requirement. Again, we have to study the data, or we'll have to define the behavior of the application based on the previous experiences. So that can be derived only with the help of data. So that kind of data trainings are required in this domain. So that's what we are. That is actually the importance of having machine learning. So where to start? So that is the major element we wanted to discuss. Initially, the first case is business understanding. We should know what is actually the business core domain, if it is e-commerce, if it is education, whatever it may be. So that is we need to discuss business understanding, then data collection. So this is important because if you wanted to ethically strong and unbiased data, we'll have to make it sure that an unbiased data is there for the model building. Otherwise, it will be a trouble. So then data preparation, that means it is actually the data cleaning process. It is one of the major troubles, maybe headaches, data cleaning, missing data, removal or replacement. Removal is the last option. So data preparation. Then exploratory analytics. Exploratory analytics is required to identify what is actually all about this data, how it will be. So exploratory analytics. Then modeling, build a model on top of this. So suggestion, maybe a recommendation system like what we have seen, maybe while we are visiting the shopping mall or anywhere. Then we'll have to evaluate the model. The capacity of the model also has to be evaluated, the performance of the model. Then we can go for the deployment. So at this point in time onward, say the people can use the application. Model, maybe Facebook suggestion, maybe recommended system, suggestions for recommended systems for buying behavior. All those things can be discussed, right? So this is the way, say some of the applications now you can see that Facebook maybe detection, right? If any one of you might have uploaded our photos, there will be an indication and a notification saying some of you have uploaded your photo, which is possible because of this Facebook recognition systems, right? So kind of applications are there. Various applications can be developed out of it, and opportunities again very huge because we have to develop n number of applications on top of it. So which is the another question which we wanted to ask at this point in time is none other than which are the powerful nations in the world? If you Google it, Google may say that United States, Russia, China, United Kingdom, all those things. So if you wanted to take another example, how define powerfulness is actually secondary. Another example over here is Olympics 2016 medal tally. What is? You can see that United States, Great Britain, China. So can you imagine? Is there any relationship in between? How powerful and the connectivity with getting the medals, right? So again, this is the connectivity power nations, United States, Russia, every war, it is there in the first 7, right? Now you can see that. This is actually now we'll have to define whether all medal winning countries are powerful or not. Again, that is actually the definition, right? We may have to define the definition in the other form. So what comes into the picture at this point in time here is, say, are we preparing anything, right? So what countries or coaches or individuals do to perform extraordinarily? What countries and individuals, coaches? Right? In this case, what happens? So extraordinary, right? So what kind of performances are they expecting? So this is one of the methods, none other than doping. So again, we know that Russia banned for 4 years to include Olympics and World Cup. It is just because of this good to get it involved while we are dealing with games and all, right? So these are some of the problems which we are facing. Again, if it is not doping, what is next? Next is any country doing anything for 2044 Olympics today is the question. That means any country is doing anything for 2044. If you are taking the age of all our participants of this, especially of this Olympics and all, it is actually, we could say that it is in between 25 to 30 in that age group. If he or she is actually 25, maybe we are in 2020. Now we could say that maybe they are in the early childhood, or they might not have been born. So this is in this stage. The question is, any country doing anything for 2044 Olympics? It is none other than it is called as genome editing. Sir was actually mentioning about bioinformatics and all, biotechnology and all, right? So if you can connect something, genome editing is actually possible based on the gene. So positive or negative, that kind of. Again, this needs to be done very highly ethical. It should be highly ethical. Otherwise, it will make much troubles for all of us, or to the whole world. So what does data science do at this point in time is, we know that generate new insight, knowledge by combining aspects of statistics, applied mathematics, computer science, and visualization. Everything comes into the picture to establish data science. So if you think that you will have to travel till artificial intelligence, the journey, what we needed is none other than we'll have to start with these basic requirements of data science initially. So if you think that you will have to start, again, this can be the starting point of our journey. If you think that we'll have to start, we'll have to discuss something, especially on this case, right? We can see that this is the periodic table, not what we have seen in our chemistry days. Sorry. So this is what we have seen. These are the skills or different facilities or programming languages available for to learn things towards data science. So yeah, you can see Python, R as a programming languages over here. See, legends are also here. Legend details are also here. Then we can have PostgreSQL, SQL DAS. This is actually going to be data management tools. If you wanted to deal with this, machine learning and statistics, Weka, BigML, DataBot, all those cases, Skitlearn, different skills are available now. Data visualization and reporting. That's what normally the other question will be asking by our student is none other than, I wanted to learn data science. Which tool should I select? No answer for that. It is based on requirement. You'll have to identify which one is the best. So don't underestimate Excel. Excel has got enough capacities to do that. But the only problem is in the online environment, in the deployed environment, it can't work. That is one of the parking slot is required for Excel to work. So kind of facilities, kind of requirements are there. You can you can refer the same from the source provided over here. Hey friends, about jobs, if you are asking, our requirement is none other than by 2020 itself we'll have to deal with some 40,000 exabytes of data. So this is the projected job, maybe job at a glance. So we can see that about 3 in 5 data science and analytics jobs are 3 fields. So friends, gradually what is going to happen here is the software engineering, programming, all those kind of jobs are going to vanish, and probably kind of questions, kind of jobs are going to list in every of the job portals. So this is the case requirement. If you think about service delivery opportunities, government has a requirement. Huge opportunities there in the healthcare sector, banking and finance. Say loan approval and all, it is purely based on the analytics now. Banking and finance, retail industry, sentimental analysis is one of the best ways to analyze, to take the review of your product. If you have a product, it is always better. As of now, we used to go for films and all based on the reviews. Again, that is sentiment analysis, right? So other verticals, travel, insurance, it is going to be a huge hit for insurance and all. Manufacturing, telecom and all, hospitality, utilities, etc. Everywhere we can see kind of opportunities. If you are approaches transforming service delivery as like this, in every artificial intelligence is not a core domain, not only a core domain, but we'll have to collect all these links together to work with artificial intelligence. So ultimately, if you think that the journey is to reach there, we'll have to think all these points. So where to start? It is none other than what we have seen. It is we'll have to start with. It is always better to start with data science, because we should know what is actually that data. Because that's what we have discussed in the first, second, or in the introductory slides itself. It is none other than so we should know what is actually data is all about. Then only we can avoid all biases in case. Then we'll have to prepare the data, then apply the statistical components on top of it to identify what is actually the meaning, the significance of this data. Then build your model, deploy the model, and so that is the application level. So if you think we have started with robotics and artificial intelligence, so if you think that robotics and artificial intelligence, so this part is required, artificially intelligent robots. We need to develop this area. So as of now, if you think that, so this is the journey milestone we have to cover. If you think that the ultimate journey can be, this is actually a general term, to some of the terms, right? Unconscious incompetence, you are unaware of the skill, your lack of proficiency, both are not there. So conscious incompetence, that you are aware of the skill. As of now, you know what is actually why data science is going to rock, right? But not at proficient. So in this case, if you are here in this stage, your opportunity is none other than we'll have to develop conscious competence. You are able to use the skill, but only with the effort. Ultimately, our requirement is none other than performing the skill becomes automatic. We have to be there. So that is the case, ultimate journey where we need to fix. The question here is, I'm just going to wind up. The time is almost on time. Machines are learning. I'm just going to leave with this food for thought. Are we? Thank you so much.
Now is the time for a question and answer session. So I would like to invite the participants to make questions right now. If anyone have any questions or doubts regarding the particular topic, you can ask him the questions directly. Anyone from the audience?
If nobody is asking, I would like to ask one question to Srikanth sir. Hello?
Please, sir. Yeah, please, sir. Is it audible?
Yeah, I thought that let it be others, let them ask. Sir, one thing is that you said about Amazon and that a bias towards in data analysis. Bias towards female, then hate speech, bias towards black, and all such thing.
True.
See, is it not that somebody is writing the codes, and that person will be having some bias. Definitely, everybody is biased. I am biased. You are biased. Everybody is biased. So, will it not reflect in the software that he is developing? This is number one. Number two, in you have said that when it is connected with gene study and all such thing, this 2044 Olympics and all such thing.
Yeah.
That it is going to be highly ethical. So, who is the implementing agency to ensure that it is highly ethical? Because this data science as a whole, I feel it doesn't have any domain or a geographic jurisdiction or maybe a jurisdiction of some state or country or anything like that. It's a as if it's air everywhere it is there. So who can implement it is the second question. And the third one, you said about a conscious competence. See, ultimately, all these data are getting developed into your level, which you have said that it is going to come in exabyte and all such thing. Are we not going for creating a useless
What
class?
is it, sir?
Because every decision with a useless class, humans.
True.
In the sense that the information technology combined with the biotechnology and the huge support of the data. So they can take decisions on the humanity as a whole. So it is at that point of time, the ethical dilemma will it not come, sir?
Very true. Very true. Sir, I think all the questions can be directly connected with one of the major requirements of the day is none other than standards. So we have to have a particular standard as a rammer on top of it, saying it is always because again, if you are dealing with the genome editing and all, what you have asked during second time, right? So the second question, it is none other than if it is genome editing and all, the major trouble is, say, industry is going to look into the applications of it. So again, money motive is running behind every application development. But academia is taking care of the development of the technology at this point in time. So we can't neglect, we can't forget the contributions of academia towards all the application, maybe all the core concepts. So kind of a standard has to be implemented. A standard in the sense, before implementing all the kind of applications. So we just wanted to dig especially into the deeper side of that particular application to identify is there any bias, is there any problems, unethical things can happen especially in this genome editing and all. That also has to be approved. Also have to be removed. So that is actually the real lacking thing. We probably could say that is where we need to develop, say, something on especially on standards. We will have to government as a government authority. All of us wanted to think about how to develop some standards for deploying all this. So once artificial intelligence, you may be knowing that if it is in the computer science industry, it is called as the CMM level. But even if you just get into the details, CMM is just again, it is in the overall structure. It is not entering into the core maybe rules and all. Even ISO is there. So several standards are there, but the requirement is we'll have to dig into the deep.
Okay, thank you, Silan sir. We have some questions in the chat box.
Is that I have answered your question, sir?
Okay, so it's okay, sir.
Yeah. So, the Madam Samina Joy asked that, is it possible to do everything using machine?
Okay. So is it possible to do everything using machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was actually a question raised to one of the AI bots. AI-enabled Sophia. You may be knowing that about that particular bot, right? So, what was the question is it possible? One of the question raised to this, it is the Sophia is there any necessary to have a married life? That was the question raised to Sophia. What Sophia replied is, it is essential component of life. That was actually the reply from the bot. So that, ethicality, if you are defining about ethicality, that needs to be trained based on the data. Like our child is going to learn something from our home itself. Likewise. If everything can be done means, yeah, to a certain extent, by if super AI comes into the picture, everything can be done. If it is actually imitating the work, right? It is kind of an imitation. If we have a flexible hardware, probably we can deploy all the requirements, what we do, especially, right? Is that fine?
Okay, sir, thank you. And we have a question from Rajan sir from Kila. What is the potential of Kerala on data science?
Sir, it is very huge. Actually, potential in the sense in every domain we can deploy data science. Especially if you are taking, let us take an example of Kerala government budget. So effective utilization of budget can be assured with the help of data science or data backups. So that is one of the requirements. Now the other area is none other than cybersecurity and all, as director was mentioning about cybersecurity. So to scan everybody's behavior is impossible with a manual effort. In that case, we can develop some rule-based or maybe an application on top of it, saying, if somebody has got some misbehavior, probably we can track that easily. Then in every domain in the education system, as of now, Byju's learning apps and all introducing, saying something called as machine learning enabled teaching environment or learning environment. What is it? It is none other than various, maybe to which area, if he is lagging, he will be redirected to that area. So that kind of this can be done. So especially in every domain, probably we can see. See, if you are taking the example of Kerala Agriculture University and all, so to develop some of the application to help our farmers. In every domain, it is there is a huge potential, especially in this domain. If it is specific, especially to specific in every transportation can be automated. So again, we don't have that much widened roads and all. Traffic controls can be managed with this. All those things are there, sir. I think.
So, thank you. So we have few more questions in the chat box.
Okay.
One question is, what are the employment opportunities in data science?
What is it?
What are the employment opportunities in data science?
See, it is that's what we have mentioned in one of our slides. 28% of increase, even though it is a post-COVID scenario. 28% of increase is mentioned, is actually predicted in the data science domain. So I think see, you may be knowing that we'll have to start with a single dot, saying a byte of data to big data. I think industry is going to deal much on data science in the upcoming days.
Okay. So one more question. Do we have to worry about the machines that knows more than us than ourselves? I still have that dilemma. What's your opinion on that? The question by Den Davis.
Do we have to worry about machines since algorithms are not perfect? Of course. If you are asking, it is in the zeros and ones. It is my point is 1, because we have to be worried. Because anything can happen if it is actually wrongly coded. Or we still have to worry about machines even when algorithms are perfect. So that's what Denin actually we need to develop something, especially some standards we needed. So once a standard is defined, if you can map that particular thing, again, see, you can take the history of atom bomb, right? So it is actually developed. The primary aim for the development was none other than energy creation. It is actually using for negative purpose also. So that kind of see, problems will be there if we are not ethically connecting the technology, maybe application domain with the current scenario. Is that fine?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Like as you said, the super AI scenario, which is far from our in the future. I just want to know how does it affect a human being as a whole if a super AI is achieved?
See, it is actually, sir, smarter than a human is the definition for super AI. So in that case, how it will be affecting in the sense, again, that plan we'll have to develop at this point in time, because if otherwise you may be knowing that say opportunities, it is a question like when computer has introduced, whether will all of us will lose our jobs, like a question was there. Even if a super AI is into the picture, again 25 years is required for the super AI deployment and all. But it will smarter than human beings, and kind of jobs will be managed by these machines, AI enabled systems. So during that time, I would strongly hope that innovation is we haven't put an end to our innovation. Probably we will be moving towards next shelters in that domain. Is that fine, sir? Ajan sir?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Now we are going to wind up.
Hello, sir.
Okay, Mr. Sir online. Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. Srikanth, sir.
Akbar sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Brother.
I think after 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, your session was very good. But I have mostly, I think 80% are students in this program. So,
sir, it is
so
not audible.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes,
this
sir,
program
please.
mostly 80% student, mostly 80% are students in this program. Then, sir, what is your advice to the students in this area? Hello. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. I can hear you. I have shared, especially again, what Jibin sir and all of said is probably to take the sessions based on on a belief that all of us are students over here. So my suggestion is none other than, if you're really interested, it is actually kind of a wow feature of technology, right? It is a wow feature. If you really liked it, right? So better to start with how to deal with the data. A single, without knowing data, right? Our root ground may not be proper. So it is always great if you can think about learn data science, data management, all those things. I think within no time probably we can develop something great. Correct. We can develop some great applications.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I invite Anisha on behalf of MES IMAT for addressing the vote of thanks.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Anisha, and I'm one of the program coordinators of IEDC MES IMAT. I would like to take this opportunity to express our wholehearted gratitude to Dr. Srikanth D, Senior Knowledge Officer, ICT Academy of Kerala, for his enlightening talk on the topic, the ethical dilemma of machine knowing you better than yourself, on behalf of IEDC MES IMAT. It was such on the topic. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank Dr. Habib Rahman, Director of MES IMAT, for his guidance and support in organizing this webinar. I thank Mr. Jibin N, Nodal Officer of IEDC MES IMAT, and Mr. Munir Kesh, Program Coordinator of this webinar, for their passion and initiative, without which this program wouldn't have been possible. Also, I thank Ms. Shilpa and Ms. Ashna, our student coordinators of IEDC, for their selfless and enthusiastic efforts. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.